You don't need all that bump. Just one good.
Yeah, that's all it is. One, man, and it sounded good.
One sub with a tight sound to it. That's when they made the bazooka tubes. Remember the bazooka tubes?
Oh, yeah. My pops had an RX-7 with 2 of them bazooka tubes in it.
Yeah, my brother had one in a little Nissan. When they came out with the little single bed Nissan trucks or whatever, had one in the back seat. You know, behind
Behind the seat. That's how you can fit.
Good. Right, you can't fit.
Yeah, that's what everybody was doing in the mini truck days.
The old speaker box. Remember, dudes would cut their own speaker box out. I ain't buying one, and they'll cut it out, glue it all together.
Oh yeah, that was big. I remember fools who used to build boxes for people. The most popular one was the band pass box.
And how
it was like where the speakers faced each other.
Oh yeah, like they sat like this, right?
Yeah, like the woofers were facing each other.
Or you could lay them down and they sit up like this, or they lay them this way and they sit like this. It just depends on, I guess, how it fits best in your vehicle.
Whoever was whoever was making the boxes and
right. If you got like a Suburban, you would sit them this way. You know what I'm saying? If you got them in your car in the trunk, you would sit them the way they facing. They looking at you when you open the trunk. You know what I mean? I guess that's the way. I don't know. You see what you know what I'm talking about?
No, they would face each other from what I remember.
In the car?
In the box.
Right, in the box. So if you stuck them in the trunk of your car, you would sit them the way they would sit like this. Not like this. Not up. Like if you open the trunk and they're looking at you.
Yeah.
That's how you would put it in the car.
Some people everybody had a different setup.
Because I would think like the SUV would be this way. I don't know.
Yeah, if people had SUVs or a truck, I remember it would just sit in a box.
Right.
But a lot of times in a trunk, it'd be set up different. You know?
Yeah, it just depends on how you want the sound to travel, you know?
Yeah, I mean, you gotta. I remember Josh, this motherfucker had house speak. He had like this old ass Nissan Sentra, and he had fucking house speakers, bro. It was like the homies' house speakers in his fucking trunk, dog.
Anyway, it's gotta bump. Gotta have something to make it bump. And you know what drives me is when somebody pulls up to the store and they got that shit bumping in their trunk and you don't hear the bass at all. All you hear is the car rattling, bro.
Oh yeah.
From it bumping for so long, like all the schools of music. You hear it chilling, bro.
Yeah, you drunk if you doing that. You know what I mean?
You'll see. Watch. Now that I said it, now that I mentioned it, you're gonna see a bunch of people with it. You know how it is. Like you hear a word first time, you see it all over.
I don't hear people with systems too much anymore though, bro. It's kind of like a dying thing. People don't care too much about music
unless it's competition or something.
You know.
And now with the systems are so good now. In the cars.
Right.
Like, there's no need to get one, you know?
Right. The speakers used to be, like, paper thin back in the day with, like, little bitty magnets and shit.
Yeah.
Right.
Little shitty 6x9s with the chrome aluminum foil on the head, you know? But, anyway, that's a good way to start the show. This is season 2. I'm not going to say what episode it is. You tell me never, ever do that. Don't do it. So I'm not going to do it. But we took a break from July on through September.
It's been a minute.
Right.
It's been a long break.
It's beautiful weather. Man, can you imagine we just started, it's almost been a year since we started doing this. I think it was October.
It feels like it. It feels like we started about a year ago.
We had the sweaters on.
Yeah. Yeah. We did have hoodies on for sure.
And I'm going to make a collection of like greatest hits of the first season and put it together. The funny moments. The one that dawns on me, one of the first ones that really, when Jay's beat his shit moment.
Oh yeah, that was a good one. That was a good moment.
But dude, you come back, you made it back to New Orleans. Football season's in full effect, and the Saints are finally the Saints again.
Did you see the game last week?
Exactly. Finally the Saints again.
I got you.
I mean,
they blow your doors off one week and then they disappoint you to shit the next week. Yeah,
they play the best, and they played the team that made it to the NFC Championship week 1 and blow them out, and then they play the Carolina Panthers week 2.
They were weren't they last place? The Panthers. They were pretty low.
No, they were 1-0 last week. They won.
No. I meant last season.
Atlanta, I think, was in last place. It was Atlanta or Carolina, because we were fishing with Tampa. We won the division. That's right. And then Tampa bust our ass in the playoffs.
Damn, bro.
But dude, Jameis showed signs of, like he could be a guy. Like I mean, dude, his decision making, they look so on point week 1. But one of the biggest things with week 2 is that I think the CDC beat him more than Carolina Panthers beat him.
Why? What happened?
8 of their coaches or something like that got the COVID protocol. I guess one of them got COVID. So anybody who the contact tracer bullshit, they all had to quarantine.
See, I didn't know that. And if you would have told me that, I would have went and bet on the Panthers, dog. Like, shit like that is huge, bro.
Right.
Yeah, that's a huge betting favorite right there for you to know. You got 8 coaches out, bro? Like,
Right.
ain't no backup coaches,
Right.
dog. You know what I'm saying?
And that's what I try to tell. Like, and they were missing a lot of key players. Even the commentators, the New Orleans commentators, the biased ones were even like, look, bro, this is not good week, for us. You know what I mean? And it's true. They were missing, but I would take those coaches over the couple starters that they were missing any day. I mean, even though you don't have that much depth, coaching is everything because you can't see everything from the field. I mean, especially in football. Like, football is very important when it comes to coaching.
But I'm confused because I thought everybody had to have a vaccine.
Okay. You're right.
So how? Oh, they testing positive. You could still get COVID with a vaccine? Damn, tell Chris Rock that.
I know. We'll get to that later. But I think they still haven't made it back to the Superdome. I think week 3 or the third. Yeah. The third home game. They'll finally be back in the Superdome.
You sure about that?
I know, because the roof caught on fire yesterday.
Damn, bro.
Did you hear, what did the last time you heard about it?
The last I heard, a pressure washer caught on fire.
Right. So I found out that truthfully, that it wasn't a pressure washer. It was done intentional.
Oh, that's the first thing I said when somebody told me the Superdome was on fire. I said insurance job.
Right. And then, the reason why they knew for sure, the clowns that did it took a selfie while it was on fire.
The workers?
Yeah.
They charged them?
Huh?
They getting charged?
We're going to find out.
Like criminal?
It's them right
Criminally? Oh, shit, man. Why you telling people that we did it, bro? What the fuck? Damn. It was a nice fire, though.
Oh, shit. I don't know. I mean, I was like, the reason why I did it is because the vaccine mandate. I just think, what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck you following TD for with that bullshit?
That was your protest against that?
Yeah, it was my protest. And even though they were protesting about the trash. Oh, yeah, we are. Even though they were protesting about the trash over the weekend. You seen that shit? I mean, I don't have a clip of it, but did you see it? They were protesting the trash?
Nope.
All right, so they protesting the council. And they're going after the mayor over the trash pickup after the storm. You know what I'm saying? Like, so they marched the streets and everything. Now, you worried about the trash, but this woman done took your freedom away from leisure activities in the city, but you ain't worried about that?
Yeah, you can't go to a restaurant without a vaccine card or a negative COVID test.
Take all that fucking trash, bro. Y'all find some spot in New Orleans East. They got nothing but green land. Just dump the shit in front of Jazzland. Have them come pick it up. The trash will be over here by Jazzland whenever y'all ready to come get it.
It shows you how poorly managed the city is, though, especially when all these other places, much harder hit, have already gotten their trash evolutions and their debris removal evolutions going. The fact that the city's held up in contract disputes and is having a hard time removing their trash, it just shows you how fucking incompetent they are, bro.
It's a never-ending battle. Who's gonna want to be mayor of the city next time? Like, it's gotten, the city has went downhill, bro. Like, and I didn't really have any. I thought the first couple years, I thought the mayor was doing a good job. You know what I mean? She seemed like she was doing her thing. Even in the beginning of the COVID thing, I understand shutting down just to try to figure out what the hell this is. What's going on here?
Well, and the way she handled the Hard Rock Tower, she drew a lot of criticism.
Right.
Because it sounded like she had her hand in that shit, too.
It was very fitting that my team and I thought about needing an additional set of boots on the ground.
Was that pre-COVID or was that post-COVID?
That was before.
So what she did with that bullshit? What she had to do with it?
She's the one that blew it up, basically, to demo it. When they could have went in there with, I talked to a builder. And he
when
was,
they demoed it after it collapsed.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
All right, yeah.
A builder was telling me that they could have went in there with cranes and just disassembled it, but this bitch wants to fucking blow
Just
up.
blow it up, throw everything all over the street.
Right.
We recognize that the only thing that will give real comfort to the residents of our city is action.
Like, because everything's so spaced out in New Orleans. You know?
Right.
Fucking, you're right. My bad. Well, on to the next one. Krayzie Bone was on Drink Champs over the weekend.
Hit that. Yeah, I want to.
And I know, I don't know if it's been since you've seen Drink Champs.
It's been a minute. I loved when Drink Champs first hit the scene, bro. That shit was golden to me because it was all these new, fresh stories. But then when you started having repeat guests, and it kind of it got redundant to me.
Right.
You know?
And then as it's coming, like either we that old or like some of the guys that they considered legends, like was, like past our time. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean.
Like who?
I don't know who. Some of these trap rappers, like some of the the newer trap rappers. I couldn't get. I wish I could give you one specifically. But when I see the name, no. I mean T.I. No, I don't.
He's done Drink Champs.
I'll watch a T.I. Drink Champs. You know what I'm saying? Some of these new guys, like
T.I. bothers me.
I've seen some of the newer guys. Corny. I didn't know who they were. Like I'm not watching that. But
I'm holding it down.
Yeah, like you said, some of the stuff becomes repetitive. But if it's the first time you heard it, it's new to you. You know what I mean? But the Krayzie being on there was different because Krayzie's first time he was on there, and you get to hear, Bone stories. You don't hear a lot of Bone stories. Not like you would hear, not like the Tupac stories.
Nah. They seem pretty tight-lipped about it. They don't do a lot of media.
Right, and which is, hey, look, the game is to be sold. So I mean, if you could sell it before giving it away, you should do it. But there was two things that stood out to me in this episode that I wanted to show you. One was the Thuggish Ruggish Bone story.
Thuggish Ruggish Bone, bro.
Okay.
Like how you never really heard how they record. Like what happened when y'all made that? Cause that's their first hit.
But like it's the Thuggish Ruggish Bone. Yeah. How the Thuggish fucking Bone. Thuggish fucking Bone. Okay, come on with that one.
So it was a cool story. They broke it down.
I look at music, you know what I'm saying? That's on like.
But like it's the Thuggish Ruggish Bone. Yeah. How the Thuggish fucking Bone. Thuggish fucking Bone. Okay, come on with that one. Thuggish fucking Bone. Bro. Come on with that.
That was the weirdest transition I ever heard in my life, bro.
I'm holding it down.
Okay, so let me tell you how we met her, my nigga. So we had this song already done. The song, we was actually singing the part.
Thuggish Ruggish Bone.
But we wasn't singing. We was on some thug shit. It's the Thuggish Ruggish Bone. But it's the Thuggish Ruggish Bone.
I'm in.
So, bro.
No, sing it. Just sing it, bro.
I was in there.
Just sing it. Go ahead. No, I want to hear you sing it, bro.
I was in there.
Bro, so we actually outside, bro. We say, okay, let's take this break. We take a smoke break, and we go outside. We outside smoking cigarettes and shit, bro, like smoking weed. We like, you know what I'm saying? So this female walk up. She like, we outside the studio. She like, what's this place right here? We like, this is a studio. She like, for real? We like, yeah. She like, I can sing. We like,
really? Was it random like that though? For real?
Bro.
Like did she?
Everything I'm telling you is random. She was like, I can sing. We said, okay. Sing, bro, because this is how the chorus line to Thuggish Ruggish Bone sounded before she sang it. It's the Thuggish Ruggish Bone. It's the Thuggish Ruggish Bone.
It was mad Thuggish Ruggish.
It's the Thuggish Ruggish. That's what the chorus line was.
It was mad Thuggish Ruggish.
And we told her, can you sing this? It's the Thuggish. She was like, it's the Thuggish Ruggish. We was like, my nigga, we was like, yo, so we say, okay, wait a minute. We was at the studio. We were like, E, come here.
What's her name again? Sorry, what's her name again? Just
what?
So her name.
Shatasha.
So we don't get it. So we make sure we.
But let's just be clear. When you say E,
that's my homegirl. Shatasha.
Easy E. Can you
Easy E.
All right, I apologize.
My homegirl Shatasha.
E, like E is just
shout out to her.
Flatbush Avenue.
Yeah.
Like just come
on. So we in this motherfucker and like she like it, you know, like so we like okay. So Easy like she come in the studio. Easy hear her spit. She like we like sing this. She like we like Easy like record her right now.
Yo, Easy's a fucking genius. He's a fucking genius.
He say record her right now.
But that it's like you said, just think about you're working on a record. I mean, if you can't have anything that was more meant to be than that, you know what I mean? Like there's nothing else.
Was it meant to be or was it just perfect timing?
It's both, I guess. I mean,
what's the difference?
You just, hey, dogs go outside, smoke, and some random girl just walks around the block. I mean, he didn't even say she had an entourage. She might have even been all by herself. Just, I could sing, you know, and she ripped it. And you see, they have to tell it. They tell it again. Like he kind of tells it twice. And the second time, it's even funnier because he says, you know, Easy's a private person. So when we brought her in there, Easy sees her and he's like,
who is this bitch?
Just calls it out, just like that. And then when he hear, you know, like, record her right now. I mean, you obvious. And it worked. I think, dude, I couldn't think of any other producer than DJ Unique producing those early Bone records. They fit like a glove. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they really did.
And it went into their style. You know, they had that dark style. Well, and getting into that is the next clip, they asked him about the Illuminati.
If you believe in Illuminati.
So Nori tells him, I see your Wikipedia page. They say you roll with the Illuminati. They say you with Illuminati, and he tells his story, what he thinks Illuminati is, and what he thinks about the entire situation, and just breaks it down. And I think it's an interesting perspective the way he says it, because you know you don't hear it that way.
Crossroads is actually like you're gonna see the person again at some crossroads and stuff like that.
A road you're gonna cross together.
You know what I'm saying? But had I had the knowledge I have now, I probably never would have made the song.
Really?
Because I don't, you know what I'm saying? I don't like
subscribe to that.
Yeah. I have a
believe in
a lot more knowledge right now. You know what I'm saying?
What does Illuminati have to do with that?
That's what when Wikipedia you, they say you like Illuminati or you think niggas.
No, you don't like
You think niggas and rappers in Illuminati.
Oh no, what? No, hell no. What?
That's what Wikipedia says.
Hey, bro.
The Illuminati wrote that shit.
The Illuminati wrote that.
I think the Illuminati is the most. I think it's bullshit and propaganda, bro. Like because how come when niggas make money they got to be some part they got to. I'm like, why can't niggas just make money and just making money because of what they do?
I can't be smart.
Why they got to be part of some secret society?
Yeah, I had to get.
I say the conspiracy is the conspiracy.
Yeah, like, and that's conspiracy. Like, I ain't gonna even lie. Like, on my podcast, like, I went down that road a lot of times, but when I started doing the research, I was like, my nigga, I'm not about to go off speculation. I'm only going off facts. And y'all niggas speculating all day. I'm like, show me the facts and we'll talk about it.
I feel like we have to take another shot for that. I'm just throwing it out there.
Real talk.
I feel like you just want to take a shot.
I feel like we straightened shit out just now. Your Wikipedia page is crazy.
Yeah, but for real,
as soon as we went there, they said he believes in Illuminati. We said, wait.
Damn. Hey, yo.
It doesn't say he believes in Illuminati, bro.
Some niggas said, look, I got a hefty shot like you.
Yeah.
Well, no, it does. It says you believe in rappers.
It says you believe rappers is in Illuminati.
Oh, no. Okay, so they watch my podcast. Okay. So
Wikipedia is watching.
This is what I believe. I said on my podcast what I do with my dude out of different county. I said Like, because they asked me if I think like rappers are part of the Illuminati. I was like, yo, that's not my place to place them there. But I'm saying, if you are purposely throwing up signs, talking shit, that's affiliated, that you know that is affiliated with this organization, then like, I mean, come on. I'm like, what the fuck? If you purposely doing it, what the fuck is everybody supposed to think?
Because I kind of know a blood sign and a Crip sign. I don't know Illuminati sign. What's an Illuminati sign?
Bro, like,
I've heard it's all.
bro, honestly, look.
I don't know.
Bro, this was crazy though.
Is it horns?
So apparently, like, it's all this type of shit that I never knew
handshakes
that we were indulged in, bro. This is what's crazy.
I heard the Illuminati was supposed to be the good guys.
Yo, because if you look at our album covers and shit, there always some mystic shit, always some crazy shit.
Talking about both of us.
I never knew what this shit was.
That you was putting out?
No. Our first album.
We get deep.
And then the thunder's coming. The Illuminati is definitely deep. We gotta watch out, man.
Let's take another shot, Crazy. You fucking
Champagnes after this.
I don't even know where you go with it. I'm with you. Whatever you say, I believe it. Let's go.
We taking a shot for the Illuminati?
Shot for Illuminati and Krayzie Bone. Whatever thought he want to go with it.
Let's go.
I'm going with him. Solid.
That's what I was saying was like. We didn't really understand like all those like signs and
symbols.
You know you gotta take it for it.
Man, you don't have to take it, man. Let it live, bro.
What are you talking about, man? We from East 99 together. Come on, let's do it.
He got to work after this too.
Yeah. We is too. We gonna be DJ and shit.
You know?
Yeah, come on.
So look, so we didn't really understand like what all them signs was. If you look at my fucking Thug Mentality album, bro, they had a nigga. And this was none of my idea. They was like, yo, this shit looks fucking good for the bone.
But who's saying this to you guys? That this looks good?
The record label. They like, yo, this shit is dope. And you say, like, come on. So I'm doing this shit, not even knowing like what these horns mean. None of this shit. I'm like, yo, this shit look dope as fuck. It look like the bone.
Like devil shit?
It looks like bone. Honestly,
like satanic, crazy shit?
Yeah. I'm actually like, it looks like bone sounds. I'm like, oh, goddamn, it's fucked up. It's fucked up, but I'm like, it actually look like bone sounds, so I'm down with it. Let's go. My nigga, so like, years later, I'm on my podcast doing a fucking show about the Illuminati, and I'm looking up the images. I'm like, wait a minute.
It's like your album.
God damn it, wait a minute. These niggas done, I've been bamboozled about this.
They done made you a part of the Illuminati. You ain't
like, what the fuck is going on? Like, yo, I'm like, son, like, what the fuck is going on? Like, all this shit matches with this. And me and my nigga was talking like, yo, okay, I was tricked, y'all. I keep it 100.
So he's got a legit point. And if you think about it, look at it like this. Like, he even though he's saying that the shit ain't real, like that the way he looks at it, because he can't confirm that. He's like calling out rappers. He called out Jay-Z just now, basically. He said, if you up there throwing that shit up and you claiming it, whether you're a part of it or not, you know what I mean? You're just as guilty. You feel what I'm saying?
I mean, you can make the point about him that he's just as guilty because they were making songs about more murder, talking about killing each other. So you do, I mean, if you believe in Illuminati and mind control and they want the masses to destroy each other, they were just promoting the Illuminati agenda.
But
you know
see,
what I'm saying?
and he breaks that down though in the video because he tells you how he got played. He explains how he was played in the video.
With the art? With the album art and shit?
Right. He said that wasn't their plan. They didn't do any of that. They had nothing to do with any of that. He said that when he received, now check it out. He said when he received the album cover, he was like, just like we are. This is some fire-ass artwork. You know what I'm saying? This shit's dope. And it fits right in line, like, with the sound and everything, man. That geniuses, right? And then years later, once he learned about this Illuminati stuff and the secret societies and how Satanism works and shit like that, he's like, these motherfuckers done played us. You know, like, that is fucked up. They did us dirty. Like, we don't ride with that shit. Now, it was a good story. It is also on there. They asked him about the Ouija board, and he tells the Ouija board story, like where the song came from. And you know how in there how they say, Ouija, are you with me? He said the reason why we say that is because when we used it, we took it upstairs and we went in the attic and we were doing it. And that's, he says, like, busy and lazy, they started saying, Ouija, are you with me? Like, when they were and he's like, what the fuck? He didn't understand it, you know? Like, he's a Jehovah's Witness. So, like, he understands, like, the I guess, the dark spirit side of it. But he's like, what? This how he don't know how it works, you know what I mean? Like, this is how this fucking shit works. But that's where they actually got the chant. You know, the Ouija.
Fucking off being
just
stupid.
fucking off being stupid. And when we talk about greats and legends, Norm MacDonald died last week.
Yeah,
10 years.
old Norm.
I had no idea who he was. I don't know if you knew. Did you know who? Like,
Fuck yeah, you didn't watch Saturday Night Live, bro, in the 90s?
I stopped watching. I don't know when he started. And now the weekend update, I really didn't pay too close attention to because I didn't understand the comedy in it. But I stopped watching, like, the Will Ferrell era. I never watched it.
Yeah, he was after Dennis Miller did the weekend update,
Right.
man. So he was
When I watched
mid to late 90s, you know?
When Adam Sandler, Chris Farley,
he was kind of one of the ones left after all those people kind of started leaving. He was kind of like
they were breading him into that position in a sense because he sat next to Dennis Miller.
No, he took Dennis Miller's.
Right, but I'm saying you said he was dead during Adam Sandler.
Yeah, but he stood after like a lot of those big names left.
Right,
you know.
Right. Yeah, I didn't really. He wasn't right. He was kind of a back end name. Now I found out he did the weekend update.
What a gyp that turned out to be.
But you know how it is. Like, let me go see what's up. You know, because comedians that you respect, that you look up, like, these are greats, and they calling him great. Not only great, but like greater than them. You know what I'm saying?
Because he's a comics comic, is what people say about him.
But I mean, some of the stuff that he said was legendary, and he never held his tongue for nobody. You know?
No.
If, the weekend update, like, you won't get a weekend update like that anymore.
No, it was a different time too. You could get away with saying a lot more.
He went in, you know, like he went in on the Clintons.
Oh, he would always rip the Clintons, though.
And what's face? The Clintons and
Bushes. Newt Gingrich. He used to go after Newt, I remember.
No. OJ. I'm sorry.
OJ.
I'm trying to do two things at one time. You know, we can't. We're not really good at that. I can't rub my belly and my head at the same time. All right. Norm MacDonald. So this is a compilation of different things that I found that was intriguing about him. And, like, people believe that he got fired. I guess, you know, you would say he kind of got canceled from SNL. You know, we call it canceled today because of the things that he said. So I kind of found some of the shit that he would put out there that you could say is what got him fired. You know what I mean? So
how you doing?
Good, man.
You know, I'm over here. Yeah. You did the White House Correspondents' Dinner.
Oh, yeah,
I didn't catch the whole thing. I caught, I think, the second half of your act. This is a big tradition in Washington. The president speaks, and then they get a comedian to speak.
Yeah.
And you did a great job. You were really funny.
They have the president comes up and talks, and he has a lot of fun. He does jokes, you know. I didn't know that. I thought he'd just talk about the country and stuff like that. But he does jokes.
Yeah.
And then he kills, you know. He does great because he's the president, you know. And then you have to go on after him, after the president.
See, I did it one year, and I was the last guy, I think, who got to do it. I went first, and then the president spoke about issues and stuff, and it's much better that way.
Yeah.
But you had to follow him.
You had to follow the president, you know, and that's not good, you know. You ever hear that? There's an old show business maxim: never follow the leader of the free world. You know?
I know that one, yeah.
I can't even follow Carrot Top, you know? Now I'm trying to follow this character. Thank you. I'm Norm MacDonald, and now the fake news. Our top story tonight this week, following revelations that he lied about his military service, the body of former diplomat and Democratic contributor Larry Lawrence was removed from Arlington Cemetery. Commenting on the affair, an angry President Clinton called it, quote, the most outrageous deception regarding one's military service since me. President Clinton met this week with Chinese dissident Wei Jiangxing, a leading advocate of democracy in China who had been imprisoned and tortured for nearly 18 years. However, the meeting had to be abruptly cut short when the president learned that Mr. Jiangxing is broke. At a press conference this week, FAA officials studying last year's crash of TWA Flight 800 announced that they have pinpointed the cause, a frayed wire leading from the jet's fuel tank. According to the investigators, the wire became frayed when it was struck by a missile. That'll fray a wire. Well, a sad story from the world of entertainment this week. Actor Bob Bell, better known to millions as Bozo the Clown, has died at the age of 75. Commenting on his passing, President Clinton said, quote, "You know, for $50,000, he can be buried next to JFK." Well, President Clinton received an early Christmas present this week, an adorable Labrador puppy. And presidential historians say that it will be good for his image. According to these scholars, in comparison to a male dog, the president's sex life will seem relatively normal. Golden State Warrior star Latrell Sprewell, suspended last week for attacking and choking his coach, has hired attorney Johnny Cochran to represent him. At a press conference Tuesday, Cochran said that his client did not choke his coach and even offered a reward to help find the real chokers. Well, this week, after a Los Angeles restaurant refused to seat him, O.J. Simpson demanded and got $500 in compensation. In addition, the restaurant must now offer separate murderer and non-murderer sections.
So what do you think of this whole presidential mess?
Well, I hope that the Democrats don't steal the election from the winner, you know, but who knows? I love George Bush, man. He's a good man, decent, you know, none of this. Yeah, he's, you know, he's not a liar, a crook, murderer, or anything like that, so it'd be good to get the...
He may have changed his mind on that.
I think we should get the homicide out of the White House and get like a fresh start, because we don't want any more murderers.
I think we should just go on to the next question.
Who are the murderers?
Yeah.
Oh, Clinton, he murdered a guy.
Yeah, you know, we're not allowed to, you're not allowed to put out no accusations without
That's a little
Charlie.
too far.
That's the way it does work.
Let's just go on to the next question.
Yeah.
This is not my week. What can I tell you?
Oh, it's not mine either, and I'm being very nice, okay? Be a good boy. Now, Norm.
Do you never hear that?
No. Listen,
No,
we don't need
I
to
don't want
talk
to get
about
into
that.
this, and I don't want to hear it, and this is not the place to make those accusations, and you're supposed to be funny. Let's get on to the next question. Get with it.
There you go.
Right, you didn't know what he was capable of, you know, and they did, and like it was a different time where comedians actually got along even though they didn't politically agree with each other, you know, and because even the way they joked about it, you know, you gotta watch what you say. You're a comedian. How can you get away? Even as like an artist should never have to watch what they say.
No, comedy is funny because it pushes the envelope on what you're supposed to say.
Right. And I feel like I kind of understand where a comedian comes from. Just being an MC, like it's the same thing.
Yeah.
You know, if you don't tell the truth, then you're wasting everybody's time. You know what I mean? And you're not putting out a message that's solid, something that can live on.
Real talk, like.
You know,
you just described a lot of rappers in the game right
I know
now.
what I did, and it's true. I mean, we got to get back to that. You know what I'm saying? You got to. You can't. I don't know. And I think what's going on is a lot of these mainstream artists. I don't think they're not as big as what they made out to be. You know what I'm saying? I don't think they're as big. I think a lot of those numbers are convoluted, if you ask me, and I can't prove it. But you know, like their followers and views and things like that. I think there's a lot of bots and shit that they get a hold of that helps them with their numbers.
Where you go with it? I'm with you. Whatever you say, I believe it.
And their support system.
Yeah, there's machines pushing popular music upon us.
Right.
But like right now, I don't know what I couldn't, like a song on the radio, a song the kids are listening to. No idea.
Right. Well, and everything is in and reason why it's done is like everything's in viewership. Like, so if you got a video, you see one video's got 100 views on it, you see another video's got 100,000 views on it. Which one you gonna click first naturally? You know what I'm saying? You're gonna click the one with 100,000 views and all these comments on it, even though it might not be the better one of the two. You get what I'm it's human nature for us to do that. So, what comes with just a little boost of bots is a lot of organic reach after that. And the 360 deal, man, they're getting everything. They're getting your advertisements and everything. And even like to perform at the Super Bowl, they gotta pay now. They don't get paid anymore. They have to pay to do it because that's how much the game has changed, you know? Like exposure, how important exposure is.
But is the Super Bowl even as big as it used to be, bro? It doesn't feel like it. To me, it just doesn't feel like football's as big as it used to be, just because of various things that have happened.
Right. It's not just what happened this year, you know. Like, well, yeah, because first it started with the NFL. First, it started with the changing the safety, like the way they play the game now, the things they flag you for, you know. Like in this, it was a game of dirty laundry. Every other play, they throwing a flag over something, and I think that's where the bitterness started. Then when it got political and it got into the kneeling for the national anthem and shit like that.
That's when they lost
That's another
everybody.
black guy. Regardless of what your political views are, it's a black guy on the NFL, and it's coming full circle now. Let's go woke and then mandate you get a jab outside to be able to get in the stadium. Hey, and if you really want to go in, all you got to do, we got a tent right there. You just go get vaccinated. Like it's gonna save everybody when you walk in the building. If
like I'm immediately gonna be fucking immune to COVID or some shit.
If people don't register that one and put 1 and 2 together, you like the NFL, you like football that much that you willing to go get stuck under a tent by somebody to walk into a football game? Jesus.
Nah, you ain't getting stuck. You're getting genetic code inserted in you.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, that's another conversation. You know, for another.
But it's not. It's the conversation in my mind because it's like, okay, here's the vaccine. I'm like, cool, what's in it? They're like genetic code. I'm like, cool, I'm good. I got my genetic code and figured out, you know?
Right. And
I don't need to be reprogrammed. I'm good.
What they've done to Nicki, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's fucked up what they've done to Nicki.
Nicki Six?
Nicki Minaj.
I'll never go back on Twitter because now it's starting to feel a little scary.
Oh, who's that?
People like Nicki Minaj.
Right? I mean, it's like, did you hear about the story? What happened?
She tweeted that somebody she knew, her cousin's friend, his balls got swollen.
Right, one of
shit.
his balls got swollen. And all she did was say, hey, look, just think before you act. You know, this is what happened. Just question your decision before you do it. Just think about what you're doing.
We ask a bunch of questions about the most simple thing. Oh, bitch, how that glue work? Do that glue really keep the wig down for how many hours? Oh, cause if I go in the pool and if I sweat it off and bitch, how that? But you can't just innocently ask a question about something going in your body
before you do it.
Yeah, do your research.
Right.
Like what I did.
And all these fucking fake liberals they destroy her. They trying to destroy her character. So this is what they love you until you disagree with their narrative, just slightly different. And then she didn't say not to do it. She just said, think about what you do before you do it. And I mean, because anything could happen to you, you know? Well, this is the kind of shit that happens when you do that, when you go against.
And people like Nicki Minaj, I have to say this. You have a platform, sister, that is 22 million followers. Okay, I have 2 million followers. You have 22 million followers on Twitter. For you to use your platform to encourage our community to not protect themselves and save their lives, My God, sister, you could do better than that. You got that platform. It's a blessing. It's a blessing that you got that people listen to you. And they listen to you more than they listen to me. For you to use your platform to put people in the position of dying from a disease they don't have to die from, oh, my God. As a fan, as a hip-hop fan, as somebody who was your fan, I'm so sad that you did that. So sad that you did that, sister. Oh, my God.
I don't think she really cares about it that much. She's lying. She's fucking lying, dude. She's acting, bro.
Yeah, for sure.
She's fucking playing for the camera. Bitch, you don't care. You probably don't even give a fuck about Nicki Minaj. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, she's just mad because she's not pushing the same agenda that the company she works for is, dog. That's it. If that lady worked for Fox, she'd be loving Nicki Minaj right now. You know what I'm saying?
So check this out. Right, and you're right. If you work for now, and what happened was too, like the conservative media took it and put it on their shoulders, and they ran off with it like she's red-pilled now.
So what it's making me think now is that there's something bigger to it.
Right.
She's red-pilled. All right. Well, so this
everybody wants a piece of Nicki now.
And when we talk about great comedians and what great comedy is, this faggot Steve Colbert, I call him Colbert, he's always in a coup.
Now, Nicki's a friend of the show, or at least a cousin's friend.
Always trying to fucking start shit. So anyway, this was the song. This is what they did to her.
Rapper Nicki Minaj says that her cousin's friend, and she put this on social media, she has 22 million followers. She said he has swollen testicles after taking the vaccine. She cited that actually as one of the reasons that she has yet to be vaccinated.
And she goes on to say his friend was weeks away from getting married. Now the girl called off the wedding.
This one is for the boys with the swollen testes. It's a tale that was told by my cousin's bestie. No need to fact check him or debunk him. So the facts fill the sack with two massive pumpkins. And it's sad, too bad, he's fried God mad. How could she love a man with some beach ball nads? Distraught, he thought she loved him alive. But now his nuts looking lesser from Epcot. Didn't make it sing long, still a normal ding dong. But it made his ping pong, look if it were King Kong. That side effects can be so bizarre. Now he's got 2 moons like the planet Mars. I said, excuse me, the plight of this man should be told to my 20+ million fans. I mean, think of just how large my reach is to share about James and his giant peaches. So, yes I did get a reply from Flat Earther Kid. He wrote, thank you for this anecdote. Don't tread on my scrotes. The meds from the CDC are only gonna make your fiancé bleed. When you grow those boing balls, those super balls, boing balls, like 2 whole butter balls.
I didn't really think it was that appealing, but
I mean that's. They're drawing such a hard line on this shit that anybody who says anything that's gonna make the vaccine look bad, they're gonna fucking rip you apart.
Right. Rip or destroy you. I mean, just get it. Just get the vaccine. Everything is even fucking Chris Rock. Come on, bro. Come on, Chris.
I took some Robitussin and I'm fine now.
I don't even think that tweet. All right, so this was the tweet from Chris Rock. I wrote it down. Hey guys, I just found out I have COVID. You don't want this. Get vaccinated. He's been double jabbed.
Right.
All right.
So did he get it from the vaccine? Is what he going through the COVID that he got, he voluntarily accepted into his body? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I don't feel bad for you.
I don't think he wrote that tweet, if you ask me. I can't look at, thinking of Chris Rock, the Chris Rock that we grew up listening to, the Chris Rock that we watched. I don't think I don't know. It seemed like something a publicist would put out. If he's too sick with COVID to be tweeting. But, I mean, this is where we've come. That's the new Chris. And remember the way Chris used to act?
Good, it ain't just me. Now, one thing I don't like about America is we got real bad drug policy. We got horrible drug policy, man. We got people in jail for getting high. Man. That's fucked up, man. And the government always says drugs are illegal because they're bad for you and we're trying to protect society. But the government don't give a fuck about your safety. They sell guns at Walmart. They don't give a fuck about you. Shit. Nah, the government's like this. The government, they don't want you to use your drugs. They want you to use their drugs. So every night on TV, you see a weird-ass drug commercial trying to get you hooked on some legal shit. And they just keep naming symptoms till they get one that you fucking got, okay? It's like, are you sad? Are you lonely? You got athlete's foot? Are you hot? Are you cold? What you got? You want this pill, huh, motherfucker? You got to take this pill. They don't even tell you what the pill does. You see a lady on a horse or a man in a tub, and they just keep naming symptoms. Are you depressed? Are you lonely? Do your teeth hurt? What the fuck? I saw a commercial the other day that said, do you go to bed at night and wake up in the morning? Oh shit, they got one. I got that. I'm sick, I need that pill. The government trying to get you hooked on some legal fucking shit. And that's the truth, man. Shit, the reason coke and weed are illegal in America don't got shit to do with your safety. The reason coke and weed are illegal in America is because the best coke and weed ain't made in America. If they made the good shit here, there'd be a coke and weed restaurant on every fucking corner. That's right. Wouldn't be no Starbucks, it'd be Weed Bucks. McDonald's, McCocos. Give me a Happy Meal and an 8-ball, thank you. Krispy Kremes, Cracky Cream. Yo, that's how good Krispy Kreme donuts are. Krispy Kreme donuts are so good, if I told you right now they had crack in it, you go, I knew something was up. I knew. These donuts are too damn good, man. Got me knocking on the donut window at 2 o'clock in the morning. Come on, man, open up, man. Give me one more donut. I'll do anything. I'll suck your dick. Yo, that should be the new slogan for Krispy Kreme. Krispy Kreme, so good, you'll suck a dick. Yeah, these some good-ass donuts. You'd be mad if your kid ate your donuts then. Boy, you know what I had to do to get them donuts? Then leave my fucking donuts alone. Now I gotta go out and suck some old dick donuts. You know why I like doctors? Because they don't cure shit. They don't cure nothing. Same disease has been hanging out since I was a kid, man. What's the last shit a doctor cured? Polio. You know how long ago polio was? That's like the first season of Lucy. Shit, Fred had an afro with finger waves. Have you ever met anybody with polio? Anybody feel a little polio around you? No. That's right, they don't cure shit. Same disease has been hanging out since I was a kid. AIDS, sickle cell, tuberculosis, cancer. Jerry's kids still limping around. That's right, man. That's right, we got AIDS out there. You think they're gonna cure AIDS? No, they can't even cure athlete's foot. They ain't curing AIDS, shit. They ain't never cured AIDS. They ain't never cured AIDS. Don't even think about that shit. They ain't cured that because ain't no money in the cure. The money's in the medicine. That's how you get paid on the comeback. That's how a drug dealer makes his money on the comeback. That's all the government is, a bunch of motherfucking drug dealers on the comeback. They ain't curing no AIDS. That's all it is. You think they gonna cure AIDS? They're still mad at all the money they lost on polio. Curing AIDS, shit, that's like Cadillac making a car that lasts for 50 years. And you know they can do it, but they ain't gonna do nothing that fucking dumb. Shit, they got metal on the space shuttle that could go around the moon and withstand temperatures of up to 20,000 degrees. You mean to tell me you don't think they can make an El Dorado with a fucking bumper don't fall off? They can, but they won't. So what they will do with AIDS is the same thing they do with everything else. They will figure out a way for you to live with it. So they don't cure shit, they just patch it up. Get you to the next stop so they can get more of your money. That's right, they ain't gonna cure it. Hopefully, in our lifetime, that's right, you're gonna see somebody go, yo man, you weren't at work yesterday, what's up? Hey, my AIDS is acting up. You know, when the weather get like this, my agents pop up. But I took some Robitussin, I'm fine now.
But that's the old Chris Rock. You know what I'm saying? Now we got the new, you know, it's like, what happened to that guy? Where he went? You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
Yeah, at this stage in his career, man, maybe he's just got too much to lose, and whoever manages him or whoever's cutting a check said, "Hey, man, we need you to put out a tweet, dog." You know, that's it.
Right.
Tweets got to go out, whether he wrote it or the publicist wrote it. It's got to come from you. You know.
Right. And can you imagine if I'm right? Say a publicist did tweet that for him, right? And then he goes and he say, you know, whatever. You got to put out a statement. And then he finds out, what the fuck? Why did you? You know why? Do you know I'm double jab? You know, like fire that motherfucker. I mean, I don't know.
So where was Nicki Minaj's publicist when she was tweeting?
They were on the phone call. And you know what the request was? We'd like to offer Nicki an invitation to come to the White House.
I guess she's her own publicist at this point. She's one of the, look, I tell you, I've watched some interviews with Nicki, and she's pretty, like, she keeps it real. Like, she'll tell you, you know, even the shit we saying about the artist on the radio, she's come out publicly and said that the shit on the radio today is garbage. They're not even trying to be great. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're just putting out, they're saying whatever they can say, whatever. They're not even trying to be an artist today.
Well, she's somebody who's benefited off of that form.
Absolutely, but you could hear her talent in her music. Even, you know, the stuff she could sing too. She could rap and she could sing. So a lot of the stuff that she did was pop, R&B. You know, but I mean, she's a real lyricist. You cannot deny her as a lyricist. Like you could deny Cardi B as a lyricist. You can't deny Nicki Minaj.
What if she don't write her own raps?
Who, Nicki?
Yeah.
I mean, I can't confirm that, but I would think that she does. I don't know. I would assume she does.
That's what that dude Safari said, that he used to write her ex-boyfriend. He said he used to write all her shit, though.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe not then.
Let me get this straight. I see there was another Uncle Tamiana speaking on my name.
Fuck. Damn.
Yeah, her whole stint with Cash Money, she was with that dude, and he said he was writing her shit. Yeah.
Well, where's his shit at?
It's whack. Because he ain't got tits in the ass,
Right.
dog. I mean, she's all sex, bro. Come on, man.
Yeah, but she's got a voice though.
A singing voice?
No, I mean, I think she can rap. She can rap. Her voice is legit. I mean, she can sing too, you know? I mean, she ain't Whitney Houston, but she can carry a note.
Yeah, I mean, you could do some magical shit in the studio to make
Right.
somebody sound like they can sing. Bro.
Right. She bends it over.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, you know, it is what it is.
Don't you see what's happening? And y'all sitting around fucking laughing?